Hi, this is Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Sakurmiko16.
And we're doing another Cooking with Kenshin1913, our annual Cookie Christmas episode with our favorite cookie Bible, the Betty Crocker Cookie Book. So what are we going to be making today?
We're making peanut butter cookies.
Okay, if you're going to be following us along, this is page 24 of the Cookie Bible, peanut butter cookies. So let's go over ingredients.
Brown sugar, flour, white sugar, an egg, half a cup of shortening, or we use margarine.
Right.
This bowl is for extra sugar for when we do the pattern on the cookies, baking powder, and baking soda. It calls for salt, but we don't add it. All right, so I'm gonna add our white sugar into our mixer. That was half a cup of white sugar, I believe.
Granulated.
Sugar, yep. So I'm going to pack our brown sugar now. Our brown sugar is very old, so it's
how
going to be
much
difficult.
do you need of that?
Half a cup.
Alright.
Packed. Just going to use one of our measuring spoons to take it out. I have half a cup measure here.
Yeah,
I'm
so
probably going to put a cup and a third because it's just so solid.
Yeah.
I won't be able to pack it.
Yeah, but usually what they mean by packing, obviously, is you put brown sugar in and then you push your hand down.
Yeah, or push it down like this.
Yeah.
With your back of your spoon.
If anyone has any good tips on how to make sure that you don't get like rocky brown sugar, let us know.
Half of a cup of that.
So it's, well, I'll have
1/2 packed. I mean, don't, if you can, don't use brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Rocky.
So what's next?
Then I'm going to soften our margarine. So I'm going to put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. Okay, so I softened the margarine. I'm going to add it in. Scrape it down on the measuring spoon I used for the brown sugar. And then I'm going to add our egg, one egg.
So yeah, this recipe that we use is I think a fairly standard peanut butter cookie recipe. The thing about it is, you know, we've been using this one for a long time. Yeah.
It sounds bad because the sugar's so
crunched up.
hard. And now I'm gonna get half a cup of peanut butter.
Smooth, creamy peanut butter, but you could use chunky as well. Yeah,
Use your favorite brand of peanut butter.
Yeah, we're gonna be using Jif. You could use whatever. Actually, we used to use like what do they call it? You know, not store brand or store brand, pretty much. Now, one thing I kind of want to try, but we're just gonna stick to the original. Is I want to try and actually do like melted peanut butter and then throw it in there just to see if it helps, like make it creamy. So now you're just gonna add it in.
Scrape the spoon with
This is
all the peanut butter in there.
Right, this is a fairly easy recipe. And this is a recipe you can totally do with kids for a lot
As
of
long
fun.
as they're not allergic.
This right here, pointing right here.
I know. I'm only supposed to do
Yeah, whatever. So you just gotta let it mix like this.
cream together.
Yeah. And it looks like most of the chunks of brown sugar are out. Which is good.
Start adding my flour. I'm going to use my measuring cup to just add a little at a time.
Yeah, you don't want to add all in the thing. Yeah, and the KitchenAid is the best. I'm telling you right now. If you can get yourself a mixer, a hand mixer like this, I would highly advise you to do it, because it's a terrific tool. It saves on time. I mean,
and your energy. It's just really exhausting having to stir all
yeah.
this again.
So now she's just
So I
pouring.
finished all of the flour.
And you just want to let that mix in.
Nice and smooth and uniform.
Alright.
So I like to lift it up, scrape off the mixer.
Again, like, what's the feel that you want? Pretty.
Not sticky.
Not sticky. All right. If it is a little sticky, you might want to add a little more flour, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna scrape this off, and then we're gonna show you what we're gonna do with it. All right. We're adding a little bit of flour because the consistency is just a little too wet, and then also we're adding baking powder,
half a teaspoon,
and baking soda. We forgot that, but don't worry. I think it'll still end up all right.
Yeah, it all mix in.
And one.
So here's the baking powder.
Yeah, and once again, I will have all the ingredients on the whatever the description. Alright, so let that all incorporate through the mixer or with your hands, or I guess if you got a little thing, go ahead and use that too, another mixer.
Let's look at this texture again. You see, it's still not sticky. Less stickier than before.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
Alright, so here's our dough for these peanut butter cookies. So my sister is going to be using
a measuring spoon
to do
portion out the cookies.
Right. And we're gonna put them on our. You got parchment paper lined baking sheet? Totally do that. We're using some sil pads.
So I'm using a half a tablespoon size measuring.
Just to keep them all uniform.
Yep. So I'm gonna scoop it up, roll it into a ball.
Roll it into a ball. Pretty simple. Now, if you've noticed that it feels a little, I guess, sticky, again, flour, and if you want, you can even put them in the fridge for a little bit and let them chill. So we're pretty much just going to roll them out. Alright.
Yep, we're going to roll them out, and then we'll show you what we do with them before we put them in the oven.
Right. Alright, so now we got our peanut butter cookies in their little balls. It makes about 3 dozen. Also, one other thing quickly before we continue. Make sure to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So what do we got here, Vic?
So I have some sugar in a bowl and a fork, and I'm going to use that to score the cookies.
Yeah, because
this way,
right,
and then across.
Now you want to dip it in the sugar each time because pretty much the cookies are very greasy, and they can, well, not greasy, but they're a little oily. So they will, if you try to do this without using a little sugar, or I think you could use flour.
Yeah, you can use flour.
It just helps that your spoon doesn't get all screwed up. So we're gonna.
And you could even, I remember, make any kind of design on this.
Right.
We'd write in numbers.
Yeah, we used to make these cookies a lot, and we used to write in like our numbers so we knew that it was our cookie. So like mine would be like 19 and 13, and my brother's would be like 35, 99, 11. He'd have a bunch of different numbers. And we pretty much did it after our favorite sports guys and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun doing these. And then what you can do if you want to make a thing, you would flatten it out with like a
bottom of
a glass or something, and then you would just use like a toothpick and put in the numbers or whatever you want.
I would do letters because I didn't have favorite sports.
Yeah, you could get pretty creative but you should mush them down a little bit because they will puff up a little bit. So we're gonna.
And this is a classic peanut butter cookie.
Right.
Look.
So we're gonna put these in the oven, and they're gonna bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. And we'll show you what they look like when they're all done and how yummy they will be. But yeah, this batch should make about 3 dozen. So there you go. So we're gonna throw those in the oven and see what they look like when they're done. All right, so here are the cookies out of the oven, and let's lift them up.
You can see, especially on this one, the brown spots are where the brown sugar is still lumpy, but
Yeah.
the cookie will still taste fine.
Yeah. All right, so let's lift it up and just show what they should look like on the bottom. Pretty much. Yeah.
Nice and brown.
Yeah. So.
Even on these ones that are a little lighter, it'll be nice and brown.
Right. So you can that was about 12 minutes. So, anyways, you can just let them cool.
You can see how the pattern has come out.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is pretty much
transfer them to these cooling racks.
Yeah, and then eat them. All right. So here is our cookies. We kind of broke one in half for you so you can see. But yeah, it's gonna be delicious. Perfect cookie to eat with milk.
A glass of milk, yeah.
Mmm.
The crispy on the outside.
A little chewy on the inside. It's kind of crunchy more, but this is like right out of the oven, so they're still very warm. And the beautiful thing about these cookies is what they're great to dunk in stuff, coffee, milk, whatever. But pretty much that's it. We hope that you have a terrific, happy holidays. And once again, thank you, Cookie Bible. So this has been Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Sacramento16.
And this has been another Cooking with Kenshin1913.
Enjoy and happy eating.
Nice.